So apparently I have this uncanny ability to decide to throw in the hottest part of the day lately, and or train. It's almost going to be noon before I start here, but I had a slow start to the morning, but it was kind of a good thing. Got kind of actually past 3 days really caught up on some sleep, slept good, not set an alarm, getting good hours of sleep, good quality of sleep in, which I needed. I've not been recovered lately. So I'm gonna go throw. It's gonna be hot. I've got to get it done because apparently I looked at the weather. There's storms coming in today in some fashion. The temperature drops off like 2 or 3 o'clock and it's gonna be storming, raining. So we'll see. I got to get it done. Need to get warmed up. Mid back is still off, still kind of spasmed out, tweaked a little bit. I mean, literally I woke up the other day and it was bothering me. So we'll see. I'm probably the most worried about hammer with that, to see how that's going to feel. Although that's luckily one of my events that I can not practice and still get away with throwing decent. But with Worlds next week, we got to be on point. You know, being at 95% is not going to cut it, because that'll drop you 5 places in that event. So dialing everything in today is going to be very competition effort throws, less throws than normal. So short and sweet in each event, but I'm probably going to throw at least stones, hammer, wob. We'll see how this thumb feels. Probably a little bit of wob, and probably both ways. I might throw an entire game today, but it may be like 5 throws max in each event. So, you know, less throws total than what I'll do in an entire one event practice sometimes. So let's see how this goes. So we're gonna try a trick today. I don't have a lid, but 5-gallon bucket of water to try to soften the ground up for the hammer blades. Gonna drive over to the field. Let's see how much we have left. Well, not bad. We still might have close to 4 gallons of water. Take that. So let's get into the throws. It took, I think, realistically about 12 what I call open stone. These are, I throw modified South African MSAs. This is my full throw. The first 6, like 3 were just super easy, just warming up the wrist. Then I took like 3 kind of walkthroughs, and I took 6 throws, trying to build on each one. Still seeing things that need work, and it was really, really consistent today. I'm happy with how this practice went. It was super hot, having to towel off and chalk up in between every throw. Super humid. It ended up thunderstorming on me. I don't know if I left that in here on some of the hammer throw videos where the thunder got pretty loud. It did it in the weight for distance too, just different storm cells coming through. But I'm happy with it. This is something that I need to figure out a different way to throw it. With being over at a school where I throw this and the hammer, now that school is kind of back in session and some of their fall sports, it's harder to get access. I took 3 Braemar throws, even though we won't really throw it at Worlds. I just took 3 because it's only 3. It's one of those events that if we do have it, it's not my best, so I keep working on it. And it's gotten better with more attention to it as of late, especially with all the med ball throws. Then we get into hammer. Hammer, I didn't take a lot of warm-up and just tried to roll right into it. As I mentioned before, my back was been a little tweaky, and I was worried about how it felt, but it felt great, actually. Didn't really bother me at all. This first throw, I'll let you listen in to me. Wow. Nice and easy. That went pretty far. And it went further than I expected it to, with just kind of some warm-up winds. Nice and long and loose, which actually helps. And I cued a couple different things in these throws today, just seeing kind of what would work the best for me. And obviously you need to put all those cues together. I didn't think that it looked very fast on camera, and I've got to work on that. I've got to find that next little shift in gear that I feel like I have from time to time. It felt kind of disconnected and a little slow today, but I think part of that was focusing on the cues instead of just getting out and get after it. I think I ended up taking 8 total throws here because the first 2 were really warm-ups, and I told myself I'd take 6 throws, aka 3 in the heavy hammer and 3 in the light, although all I'm throwing here is just the light hammer. And I was kind of in a rush trying to get through them as quick as I could before lightning thunder all came in and hit. I don't know if you can hear it in the background or not, because with this voiceover, I actually can't hear the sound of the clips. But, yeah, this one was funny. Yikes. When you hang on sometimes, they're not always great. I know I put up a lot of video and and put up a lot of throws. Man, they're not always great, and that's what. But when you hit the big one, that makes you want to keep coming back for them. So I wanted to give a quick update on where that water I poured went. I forgot to show that, but I poured a strip right through here. You can see where like my old footprints have been, but I was able to go, and those two holes, the red clay softened up enough here in North Carolina. It got me in. It was actually really solid. I'm gonna have to do this more often. It's just the ground's so hard, the blades will pop right out. And what I do is I stake my tape measure over here as if the trig would be right here. I step forward a little bit because when my left foot comes out, I don't want to step on it and roll my ankle. So I don't practice with the trig at the hammer, but I just put my stake here off to the side. And if it's not exact, I don't care. I just get a ballpark of where I'm at. And now we'll get into the still not bad, but suckier part of practice. I waited out a little rainstorm, a little thunder, lightning. It wasn't too bad. Gave me a little rest. Still sweating my butt off, but threw wob first, and it went terrible again. So terrible, you're not getting footage of it. I'm just, yeah, sick of it. Hate that event. It's my worst event. Going to be the bane of my existence. Only thing I think is to get really stupid strong is the only thing I can do to really help that get better, because I'm not super tall, super big, super strong. I'm the smaller end or average guy out there. So took 6 lightweights. I still feel like I can't get that extra gear. I think I'm still focusing on technique a little too much. I'm still thinking too much, and I need to just let myself do it, let myself go and find that next gear again. And took 3 heavyweight throws with the 56, which is still my short chain wob weight, and then 3 with the 49. The 49 went well. I mean, nothing went bad, honestly, but it wasn't as big as I'd hoped, being kind of possibly that last possible practice before Worlds. We've got some rain in the forecast this week, so we'll have to see if I can get anything else in. Just a little bit in is the goal, just a few throws, and that one was all over the damn place. So like I said, not as good as I'd hoped, and at least this one got a little bit better compared to that last one. Able to clean it up, but things here and there. It's not a perfect world. It's everything's not exactly as lined up as I would realistically hoped going into Worlds. So we're just gonna have to hope that I show up on game day and put it all together. So we'll finish out these throws, and I'll give you a recap on it all, and that'll be the end of this. Well, I guess we'll end this video. I probably have talked about these throws as I went through it, but not the day I would have liked to have as a last big practice. Now, granted, it's hot. You get tired after multiple throws, trying to go hard, but I'd like to have been a little better. So if I was at 90%, I would have liked to have been at 95% of PRs, but things weren't terrible in the grand scheme. A little rest and recovery this week. Make sure you eat good, sleep good. Hopefully put it together for Worlds. So we're a week out today. We'll get a little bit of training, about 2 training days really. Probably do a little bit of stuff, trying to stay fast and explosive, but not a ton at the firehouse. I work Sunday, Tuesday. I'm gonna train Monday, Wednesday, and that'll be the gist of it. So battled off the storms, and not every day is gonna be perfect. So gonna keep my head up, as frustrated as I got. So now to go chill for the rest of the day, get little stuff done around the house, and go to work tomorrow.